Well, Sharon, according to a media release, Davenport police arrived here at West High School around 9:15 this morning to serve a search warrant on 2 students in relation to an ongoing investigation. Now, during an encounter with the students, officers found a firearm inside of each of their backpacks. Now, one of the students, a 17-year-old, is charged with carrying weapons on school grounds. The other, a 15-year-old, is charged with carrying weapons on school grounds, control of a firearm by a felon, and interference with official acts. The investigation is still ongoing. I got a chance to talk to one parent who was frustrated about how long it took to notify them.
A lot later than we should have been notified, so me and my wife are a little upset about that, and I really want to know what the school plan to do about it. You know, what actions are going to be taking place to ensure that these kids are safe.
Well, Morgan, it's a mournful day for multiple Quad City community members as they reflect on that devastating event that happened right here 1 year ago today. Now, it's still a bit early. Things are still getting set up. We have a few visual items back here, such as some candles, some photos of those who were lost, and a sign that says, "We need answers." Now, this is a second memorial event held for those victims and survivors. The first one was held at 3rd Street Missionary Baptist Church. While I was there, I was able to speak with a couple of people. Now, one of them did tell me that it's good to know that there are still people in the community that still care, but she was sad that people were lost in this event. Now, both of the people I spoke to also told me that they felt it was a lack of accountability on both the property owner and the city. Now, I will continue to be at this vigil today, and I will have reaction from those attending this event tonight at 10. And live in Davenport, Joushua Blount, TV6 News. Well, Sharon, I'm standing outside that gated community, as you mentioned, and things are still a bit active out here. Now, when I first arrived here, the security for this community told us that no one can go past that gate right there if they're not a resident. So they kept us out here just outside of that gate, and moments ago there were several county deputies as well blocking that entrance also. Well, Rock Island Mayor Mike Tomes tells me it's time to modernize a bit. He says this is just another one of the city's steps in becoming more user-friendly and accessible to the community, which is something he says is important and looks forward to. The Bishop Hill Colony Church here behind me is one of 19 colony buildings here in town. The Bishop Hill Heritage Association staff also says that the town itself as a historic site brings 80 to 90,000 people each year to explore the tourist attractions. Derek Bell tells me that their family friend created a decal that you see right here. They are currently at least on 12 different vehicles. He says with their hopes and prayers, at least 4 different people have contacted him this month wanting to know how they can become his donor. Listen, today's staff with WRMJ unveiled this big sign right here. It's a neon sign that shows off the new station's logo. They tell me this is the first step toward a brighter future.
We're about to celebrate our 45th anniversary. We changed our logo and we wanted to add something that would really catch people's eyes right on the side of the building.
The neon sign features the station's new logo, and Andrew Willoughby, the owner and creative director at Radtron Studio in Nashville, Tennessee, is the one who made the vision a reality.
The station approached us to work on their branding, a rebrand. So we went back and looked at historical context from when the station originally opened in the late 70s. And then sort of applied sort of modern refresh on the brand, and then we ultimately pulled that all the way through to traditional fabrication style in the neon sign for the station.
Willoughby says the project did give him a bit of a challenge, but he says it's his favorite because of the community impact.
A lot of times the kind of smaller community-focused projects mean a lot more to us. We're a small shop. We like to work on projects that directly impact the local community as much as possible. So this one was right up our alley.
As James waves at the camera from the sign, he says this is just one positive about the new location.
We're very different. In fact, we're live in the morning, we're live during the day. You hear about how automated radio is, but now we're doing things live and we're doing it for the community. We really want to be a part of the changes that are coming to downtown Aledo, and we just want to put up a big fancy sign to show you where we are so people can find us and that we can be a bigger part of the community.
As for the owner of WRMJ, W.J. Albertson, he says he's looking forward to the impact from the change.
The people of this community love Aledo, and it's a great place to live. safe place to live. Like, if I can inspire somebody else to come on downtown, let's do it.
Now, Albertson told me that another project the community can look forward to is the planned renovation of the Alito Opera House. As we look behind me here, you can see that several people have come out to welcome the backwater gamblers back to the water, and the ones that I talked to tells me to see the team back on the water is like a breath of fresh air. The Backwater Gamblers Water Ski Show team gave the crowd a thrill show to welcome everyone back.
We're just really excited to be able to be back on the water. It's a smaller group, just to be extra safe. We decided the water's still a little high. We decided we're not putting any of the children or anything in the show. But yeah, we're all of us that are here excited to be on the water tonight.
Hoffman says the 5 weeks away from the water were hard to get through financially, but says the community support got them through to tonight's comeback.
We pushed some of those social media posts, and so, if we have 100 people tonight, I'd be happy. Sometimes we have 2,000 people, but I think we've already maybe got 100 people, so I'm happy.
The hiatus wasn't just hard for skiers, with fans who've came here for decades also being separated from longtime friends.
Running into all the people that I've known for so many years and talking to them and seeing them and appreciating that they're young and they grow up here as skiers and they just get older and they're teach your kids to be skiers. They're just better and better with age.
With the return of the free shows, adding another reason people love to call the Quad Cities home.
I think the thing that irritates me a lot is when people say there's nothing to do in the Quad Cities. That's because people aren't looking for things to do. And this is certainly one they should put on their list.
In Rock Island, Joushua Blount, TV6 News. When it starts to snow, the chances of you having a vehicle crash can increase. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, in 2021, there were nearly 400 fatal crashes and over 22,000 crashes that occurred when there was snow or sleet conditions.
When you're dealing with elements, it changes everything. So now our elements all change where it comes to the grounds. You know, it could be like we were talking about earlier, the slick, ice, the snow. What is your visibility? Right now it's kind of a cloudy day, which is also going to affect your visibility.
Shane Skiles, owner of Skiles Driving School, says it starts with a clear vision.
You want to make sure your window is cleaned off. Let it be defrost, let it be you want to, have that on there, help take that ice off that window, and also make sure you get your sides and the rear. It's very important you do that. It's not just your front windshield, and it's not just a little teeny spot that you can see through. You want to have a very good visibility in the front, your rear, and your sides.
Another thing that Skiles say drivers can do to defog their windshield quickly in their vehicle is to let down the visor in their car. Once that is done, you then turn on the defrost system in your vehicle. This will force the air coming from the vent to hit the visor and bounce back to the windshield to defog the windows quickly. Once you have a clear vision, Skiles says you want to make sure your other vehicle parts are in working order, such as making sure your outside lights are on and clear of any snow and that your tires have good tread. He also says if you are ever skidding or sliding, drivers should fully understand what to do.
A lot of people don't understand. They're thinking, well, if I'm going this way, why do I want to turn that way? No, if your car's sliding like this, you turn your wheels this way, which is now going to correct those.
And always being aware of your surroundings is key.
What I mean by that is if you're driving and there happens to be a car that's losing control that happens to be in front of you, you want to know where you can go. Let it be to the right or let it be to the left. You don't want to the last minute have to panic and jerk the wheel one way or the other. You want to try to figure out what's the safest place to go in a worst case scenario.
Joushua Blount, TV6 News.